Okay, so on this episode of Founders 15, we have Ernesto and Julia from Glassity. So, as always, guys, I'm going to ask you to introduce yourselves and tell us about Glassity.
Okay, I will start the first. My name is Julia, as Mike said. I'm the co-founder with Ernesto of Glassity. Usually, I'm tackling the topics like marketing, sales operations, as well as the PR and the business as well. And I guess all of my life, I'm connected with the marketing. This is the topic that I like a lot. This is the way I assume people or companies are getting to the people, and you connect these two worlds. You connect the business world, the technical world, with the customer through a marketing and PR. You're simplifying the messages, you're making your customers to understand what you actually is doing, and this is the marketing comes into play. So this is what I'm doing.
Cool.
Yeah, I mean, marketing is storytelling. So I am with you on that. I agree with everything you just said there, Julia. So, Ernesto.
Well, I'm Ernesto as co-founder in Glassity as well. I take the role of CEO and also taking the role of CTO at the moment. And well, I'm system engineer all time since I was a kid working with computers, working for big organizations in the past, like UN, and now doing this very exciting how I can make the life for the people that was in my position like better, no? How we can improve the way that they manage systems and cloud with all these AI things and all these cool things that they are preparing.
Good. So, I mean, I'm telling you, if I'm listening to you for the first time now, I'm just intrigued. You're talking about cloud and systems. So, could one of you please tell us about Glassity and what you do as a business?
What we do in Glassity? Well, in Glassity, basically, we are trying to solve the problem of the cloud complexity for companies. We are helping them to have a better overview about what they have running and how they can save money just by understanding better their own system or placing automations that we provide to them. What we do in Glassity today is like we are able to solve 50% of the compute cost for the companies without touching any server or without going inside so much. Mhm.
Okay. So, solving the cloud complexity, what was it that brought you to this? What was the journey that you've been on to start Glassity?
The journey, well, I basically in the past dealing with cloud complexity. First, I was with the what we named today private cloud, that before was just simple data centers. There was a lot of complexity with physical cables and machines and all that. Then came the cloud, then explode the amount of things that we can do there. Then we have like a lot of items, and then I start to work with bigger and bigger organizations. And in my journey, I find myself like managing thousands of servers and not being able to recognize where the servers are, how they are doing, everything is fine. I got these questions and I barely can give answers like in time. Then this how came up the idea how we can really save money to people in a way that we don't go into change management, no? That we need humans touching things and managing all that. Then I came with the idea, and then I was talking with my co-founder Juliet, like, hey, I got an idea. I think this is a good way to start a new company because I found a solution for that, and I think no one is doing it. Well, later the research gave us like a different answer. Was other people doing it as well, but it's not quite known.
So yeah, this is something that we like to talk to startups about all the time, those challenges along the way. You found a solution, you thought you were the only ones. So tell us about the challenges that you've experienced uh, with regards to the competition and the other solutions that are available.
Hmm. Challenges, I guess the bigger challenge that we have is like explain
Yeah.
communication. I think that's why Julie is a key component in our team, in the product, because it's like how you really communicate, not with engineers, but with decision makers.
Yeah.
Because at the end, for an engineer, it's easy what we do, understand what we do, but for a decision maker, the cloud is still like a black box. They don't know exactly what we are talking about, what is this important for my business, from where comes the magic. No, it's like this marketing project about so good to be true. But maybe Julia, you can explain more about that.
The funny part that we were exploring researches, and the Flexera 2023 cloud, State of the Cloud report showed that cloud complexity is one of the trending topics for the companies. And the cloud cost management is also one of the important things companies are going to tackle in the current year, 2024. So for me, it was a surprise and kind of like, oh, what? Sometimes companies and the developers don't understand the cloud themselves so well, and it's really complex. So we're like, okay, how we're going to explain it to the buyer persona? So that's true. Expressing exactly what is this thing, how we're doing it, it was a major challenge for us.
So now you've worked on that. What is that explanation? So somebody watching this for the first time, a business owner anywhere in the world, how would you explain what you've just described, Julia?
I have, yeah, we reduce it to a very, very few words. It's automatic and non-intrusive cloud cost optimization.
Okay.
We are saving 50% on cloud compute. Voila.
The simple way. Yes.
Simple.
But after that, they start to come all the questions, no? Like why, how, etc. No? And the people need to understand. Usually, we are giving now to engineers the capability to do purchases outside completely of the usual procurement process inside the companies, because they have these buttons available that when they press a button, new server appears, and this can cost thousands of dollars every month. No, how you how you remove these people from this silo and you integrate these practices inside the organization, how you plan, how you forecast, how you control, all that is the conversation that they need to have. Yes.
So at the moment, every business around the world is trying to save money, they're trying to reduce budget. And personally, I know a lot of businesses, from small stage startups right up to ginormous sort of enterprises, that are really cutting their use of the cloud. They're becoming more sort of efficient with how they use things, and it's mainly a cost saving exercise. But according to you guys, we still need the cloud. There's still so I guess, what's the unique selling point from Glassity over your competitors, over the other options? You've mentioned a few times that you say 50% for these businesses. So what is it that you can do for us as business owners that your competitors are not doing?
I would like to give you an example how we do it for one of our customer.
Okay.
Our customer saves with us around a little bit over 2,000 euros a month. So after using us for some amount of time, he contacted us and he's like, oh, you know what? Now with this money saved, I can actually onboard a new employee. I can actually pay him money. I have a budget now available. So answering exactly your question, what is this differentiation from our competitors? Majority of them are performing fully intrusive cost optimization. That means that he provides recommendations, and you as a customer, you would need to integrate these changes in your infrastructure. It takes your time, it takes your effort, and you spend money on your resources, no? But with us, the service will run automatically. That means you don't need to change or do anything. The service runs itself, and you're concentrating on some other works that brings more value to the company.
Exactly. We have a example like this one, a small company that get this benefit. We have other companies that they are saving more than 60,000 every month with the solution. It's always related, no, with the size of the infrastructure of these customers. But I guess it's good for all of them, because for me, the journey on this FinOps world is like, first do the things that don't require effort and give you budget. And at the moment you have budget, then you allocate this budget in all these things that need work, that need to put the hands on.
So when businesses are using you, I can say as a business owner myself, every month there's new costs, like you would just say, right? So there because you need this now, you also need this, and it grows. So what are the securities or what can you promise to customers coming to Glassity about the growing costs that they may or may not incur?
How we can promise about the growing cost? I mean, we can analyze how is the trends of their usage, and the experience say that the companies, as when they are in a phase that the company is growing, always reflected in the compute cost that they have. More grow means more compute. More compute means that we can save more. Usually the people don't know how to execute the compute correctly. Then we perform this automation and we can forecast how much is going to be the savings with that for the next year if they want. All the information is provided in real time for them.
Okay. So if I obviously you guys know I'm in London, I'm in the UK, but are there, can any business anywhere in the world access Glassity at the moment?
Yes, no problem. They
Okay.
just need to sign up in our application, connect your account for knowing what are the savings. And at the moment that you see the savings that you have available to unblock, if you agree with that, just start out the pilot and the machine will start to save. We will release more features. These other features will be more or less automated, but this first feature is easy like that.
Great. And so let's just talk a little bit about like other startups. You've gone on a journey over the last few years, and so we talked a little bit about your challenges. What advice would you give to startups now that you wish you'd known when you started?
I have a lot of them. During this year, I gathered a list, okay? So I will just cover a few things. I'm so eager to share it, and then Ernesto, maybe you can
Please.
add some. So the first thing, it's so very normal to not know something. So if you don't know something and you are the founder, you are the startup founder, you just go Google it, or you just go and ask it, and you ask your mentors, your co-startuppers or something. I mean, it's okay to not know something. The other thing is time is your most expensive asset. So you better learn to delegate. You better learn to manage your time. Otherwise, you end up working day and night. Done it. So, never deprioritize your health, especially the mental health. You better deal with this because stress has a major effect on you. And if you don't tackle it, it can affect you and your business. This is my core 3 things.
I will add another one. It will be team. Get surrounded with skilled people better than you. And during the life of the startup, probably you will need people more focusing late stage companies, some others in early stage. It's very important to differentiate them and ensure that at the beginning you have early stage people that you can give the map, guy, we want to arrive here, let's go. And is not expecting to do this micromanagement. This kind of people is really helpful in the early stage of the company and help us to, as a team, move faster. This is a very important lesson.
Great lessons. for all 5 of those lessons from both of you. Thank you. That's really insightful, and I think I see it a lot with what, like, Julia, you were saying about mental health, and there is a real pressure for startups to work all hours, and so I think, Ernesto, like you say, being able to delegate, being able to hand stuff out to other team members is obviously a huge connector to your own mental health. What's next for Glassity? We've got just about a minute. I'm going to ask you for contact details before we finish, but what's next for Glassity?
Well, now we just finished our first pre-seed round. Now what we need to demonstrate our market fit. We are going very well on this part, getting customers, acquiring more features, integrate second cloud, and well, looking forward what will be the next stage when we jump after demonstrate all that in a super growth phase. That is when the things probably are going to become like very, very interesting.
And we can all follow you and stay in touch. So we've got 15 seconds. Tell us, how can businesses find you if they are interested?
Yeah, we advise all the people who are interested in us just to go to Google and tap glassity.cloud. You arrive to the web.
Glassity don't count. Amazing. Thank you so much, Ernesto and Julia. Thank you very much.